Hello my loves, welcome back to Zeke's Lunchbox. We are in a new phase in my career on this channel with the Tarot Card Project. If you're unaware, maybe you're more of a casual viewer, we launched the Kickstarter for the Tarot Card deck. That was all very successful and I am so grateful to you guys for supporting and for all the enthusiasm, and I'm overall just really relieved that this stage is finally over. We've got a lot to chat about in this video, but first off, I'm just going to talk about the Tarot Card Project, and then on the second half of this video I will be chatting about this channel. So let's just get straight to it. I've got my handy notes so I don't get lost and I kind of talk through everything. Okay, so what happened? Well, we raised over $100,000, so 114,000 Australian dollars for the Kickstarter. When Julian and I started this project years ago in 2018, our aspirational goal was really to get to above 100,000. We had been following a couple of other tarot card projects that had been very similar to ours. So when we were researching the Kickstarter, we had followed a bunch of other projects on Kickstarter that launched a tarot card deck, and you know, we would see theirs would reach over 100,000, and for years we were like, oh my god, it would be incredible if we just did that. That would help out so much. It would just mean that if we have any surprise fees or taxes or anything, that we could cover it and we didn't have to go out of pocket. I feel funny about how we raised that much money because it's both surreal. I feel relieved. I feel a sense of panic because to take care of this amount of money is a huge responsibility now. And you know, for the next couple of months, I am going to be a little bit trepidatious and a little bit stressed. Not as stressed as before, but just a tiny bit, just to make sure that it all goes well. The tarot cards get to everybody properly. We've never had to dispatch. I've never had to dispatch this many things in my career ever. There's almost 1,000 people who we have to send out merch to, so it's a massive logistical task that Julian and I will be taking on for the next couple of months. And also I have to finish this tarot card deck as well. We prolonged the Kickstarter for as long as possible to make the time between finishing the deck and getting it to you as short as possible. I didn't want to leave it till 2022. I really wanted to get the Kickstarter done this year. We've done it, and it's a lot of responsibility to get this stuff out to you. If you backed the Kickstarter, by the way, there's an update on the Kickstarter that kind of outlines it all and really just tells you guys that we will be going away on the actual Kickstarter. You won't be hearing as much from us anymore just because we are working behind the scenes. But it outlines there that we're working on finishing the deck in November and December, and then in January to May, that's when we will be making sure everything is print perfect, and then coordinating with the manufacturers and making sure that everything's perfect. I'm sorry it's, you know, such a long time between you guys pledging and when you will be receiving your item. That's pretty common practice when it comes to Kickstarters. If you're new to that whole platform, I think 6 months is a realistic timeline. I would really like for that timeline to be a lot shorter, obviously, but we gave you guys that timeline just because if anything goes wrong, I don't want people to be like, it's late, you know? But anyway, we've convinced enough people that it's a good idea, and for that, I'm super grateful. What I need to finish with the Kickstarter is I have 5 more cards to make, as well as the bonus maker card, which I'm currently working on. I'm hoping to just get all the artwork done like early December. I then have a couple of things I want to change with the box and the back of the card. Just seeing the prototype, I'm not 100% with all of it. There's some things that I really want to change. A couple of people have mentioned that they're asking whether or not the wands are finished. The wands were the first suit that I made digitally when I transitioned to digital for this project. When you're comparing them to the rest of the suits in the minor arcana, they do look really minimal by comparison. So I will be tweaking them ever so slightly just to give them a little bit more pizzazz. I think there's a couple things that could be changed in terms of like resizing, and there's a couple of cards there that are definitely rushed, and I would, you know, I'm doing this project because I want it to be as perfect as it can possibly get. So there is still quite a bit for me to work on, but I won't be posting about the tarot card project full time on this channel anymore. In terms of how I'm feeling about it all, I think right now I'm in the stage where obviously I'm super grateful. I'm still like bewildered that it even all happened and like we manifested this and we made it work. I feel a little entitled because it was like, yeah, after 3 years, we do deserve this money. I don't want to feel guilted into feeling otherwise. We have had a couple of, I hate using this term, but a couple of haters, which really dampen the whole experience for me. Some people accusing us of being con artists, and all of that really stresses me out. So now, like I said, the stress before was, you know, trying to get this all out, and the unknowing is far outweighs the stress I'm feeling right now, because prior to the Kickstarter and prior to the success of it all, my whole stress was like, what if this doesn't work? I've sunk so much time into this project, and if it doesn't work out, I'm a massive failure. The new stress is that I'm beholden to you guys and that this is a lot of responsibility that I need to take on. But at the same time, like, Julie and I have it covered. We've been researching how to do this for years. So now is just the time to put it all to practice, which is dicey, but we're gonna make it work no matter what. So I think it's been about 10 days since the Kickstarter ended, and Julian and I were not prepared for how burnt out we were gonna feel. I thought I'd be able to take that weekend off, but then came Monday, it was like I had been hit by a truck. I was just so emotionally beat down. It's just a lot of tenseness that I was holding on to for years, and now I'm finally able to like hop my shoulders down and like take a breath. So that's what I needed to do the last couple of days. For further context as well, the city that I live in Melbourne, we've just come out of lockdown for the 7th time. And now that vaccination rates are way up, it feels like things are finally getting to a new phase in life. And there's also that I have to wrap my mind around. Like, life is getting back to normal. The Kickstarter is successful. It's a lot of switching gears from being super stressed to like accepting that things are good now. And it's really weird. So bewildered. If you have any further questions about the tarot card deck, maybe if you missed out, whatever, just DM me or email us at hello@zekeslunchbox.com and we'll take care of you with any questions that you have. So let's move on to the future of this channel. If you're kind of new here, in 2018, that's when I really started to take this channel a lot more serious. I started to make videos a lot more regularly, and in 2018, it was the first year I went full time with my artwork. So it was a really exciting time where I was like, you know, it was the first time we were in this space, first time I moved down to Melbourne, and it was just an exciting time where like there was a lot of momentum. Come 2019, that's when I really had to take the tarot card deck project seriously, and I've had to like change gears and switch my whole art identity to that for the last, 2 years, from 2019 to 2020, and then 2021 was really when I had to take it really seriously, and that took a serious toll on this channel. In 2018 and 2019, the channel was growing. That's pretty much when a lot of you guys came on board, and because of the tarot card project, this channel's been really secondary and really has been an afterthought. It's more just been like, I've got to update you guys, I've got to entertain you guys, I've got to teach you guys, but it hasn't been my first priority. And now that we're in this new phase, I'm trying to figure out exactly what my identity is now with this channel. I kind of want to go back to like when I was really happy making videos in 2018, where I was making art videos about my practice, making vlogs, making videos about actual physical acrylic paintings that I was really excited about. You know, when I was making videos then, a lot of people were asking questions and wanting more tutorials. And of course, tutorials are things that people Google all the time. So, I thought that would be a good transition to go into more of the teaching route. At that point, I had opened my Patreon in 2019, and then later transitioned the Patreon to be more about tutoring and helping you guys with your art practice and helping you grow. I thought that was kind of the direction that this channel was going to go in. After doing this for a couple of years, it's really difficult to spread yourself thin and do like a bit of vlogging, a tutorial, showing you the tarot card project, teaching you about the tarot card project. It's been like all over the place, and the identity of this channel has been like really spread thin. I thought that I would transition it more to teaching, but The tutorials have been slow. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw, but like with Class 101, I was going to teach a course around this time this year, and that fell through, and there just wasn't that much momentum. And then also my Patreon hasn't grown all too much as well. I covered this in a different video. And pretty much all of my teaching tutorial avenues have been like okay, but they haven't been great. And I understand completely why. When you decide to go down that route with content making, you have to make that your brand to 100%. I think I've just had to accept that like that's not what is successful for me. I know like people want to come here to be inspired, of course, and to be inspired you need to see me make things, and you need to see me make things that I'm really proud and happy to make. I don't know, I feel like it's a double-edged sword because it's kind of like I've failed in that sense, that those avenues haven't panned out. But the good news is that you guys much prefer seeing the artwork that I make, which is great for me because it's like, yeah, I just want to put the art first. No matter what, the art has to come first. Pretty much, this is my long-winded way of saying that I'm switching gears and going back to like proper painting and making vlogs and putting content first, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to be transitioning away from tutorials. Maybe I'll do them occasionally if they're highly requested. The thing is that they're so niche and the subjects are so niche that like, I don't know if they do that well. Again, they're very Googleable, which is fantastic, but I don't see myself and I don't see Zeke's Lunchbox being a platform that's 100% about teaching. Like, I'm not gonna be the next Proco. That's not my art identity. I want to make art rather than teach it. But the number one passion is obviously making the art that I want to make. I think that really translates to you guys. I think that's really where I feel like I'm going to see a lot more momentum. For further context, the channel for the last 2 years has been really, really slow. I've been chugging along and making videos pretty consistently for that whole time, but I haven't been that inspired to make videos for a very long time. Honestly, since 2018, because I've had to just make them about this really stressful project. There were parts of me where I thought it was going to fail. It was just like really difficult making videos and showing you the process when I was so unsure about the process myself. I'm excited to finally just work on projects that are at a smaller scale, things where I can see like the end of the tunnel in a span of a couple of months rather than years. I'm really excited and proud actually of where I am. I guess this is really the stage where I want to tell you guys like what I want to do with this channel, and it's difficult because again, I don't think this channel will ever be like my first priority. Like, I'm an artist first and then a content creator second. The art has to come number one. I think like me making the art that I really want to make will result in really good content, you know? So what I want to do is, in this closet, I have a ton of canvases that I've been dying to get to. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little corner of a canvas over there. There's just a ton of paintings I've been dying to make for so long. I want to move things around, so this is more of a painting space. That'll probably happen in January, late January. Yeah, I'm excited to just talk about paintings from now on. The paintings that I'm working on, the worlds that I'm creating. I've got to transition into not making artworks from a brief, which is something I've been doing for a very long time now. For the last 2.5 years or so, I've been making artworks exclusively with a story that's already been created, and I have to fulfill that story with visuals. So I don't know, it's an exciting time. I don't really know where I'm gonna go. I would love to hear what you guys want to see on this channel. A very long-winded way for me to ask you guys what you want to see on this channel. Why did you subscribe? I want to know like what your favorite things are on this channel. What's something you will 100% click on, you know? The videos I want to make soon are the promised studio tour. I'd like to experiment with some different mediums. I am considering switching over to live streaming and doing a live stream every week. I'm not sure yet. There's a series that I really want to make that I think would be really fun and entertaining to watch, and I'll have to float that by you guys when I think about it a little bit further. What do you want to see on this channel? We're in a new phase, so a new happy, exciting phase where I'm just going to be making a lot more art for myself. I feel so like stiff and formal, but yeah, I don't know how else to like communicate all of this stuff to you succinctly. All right, next week there'll be a proper art making video. I will see you next week. All right, guys, catch you later. Bye.